find it interesting that you don't necessarily, okay, those people we were following back then have probably left the ship. But it's kind of interesting that they completely just wiped everything was on there and they just started again. Right?
Yeah, most of the shit was obsolete, right? That's what we said back then. So that kind of made sense, right? They had the whole rebrand going as such. This is much sleeker and smoother. But yeah, we are always crying over spilled milk, but we're never celebrating where we get 5 new cows. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades, welcome to episode 4, I think, of the Quamfy Show. It is, in my mind, up-only season. And that's pretty stark contrast to the title of this video, which is, well, as you can see, that the beatings will continue until morale improves. And we'll get to that later in the episode as well. So in what regard are we looking at an up-only season? Well, for instance, we have Bitcoin, right? That's the thing, halving coming up. People are excited. ETF is literally printing money, apparently. We're not necessarily going to dive into that, but it's a part of what is going on in crypto as a whole. Then we have Quant picking up steam when it comes to their presence, when it comes to activities. There's a hackathon going on. We're going to look at that briefly and share our thoughts on how they are handling that. Then, of course, we have a lot of activity on LinkedIn, bunch of articles they are writing, and to us, everything looks good except for price. We are in purgatory, as you guys all know. How do we feel? How do we think? And what are our expectations? And in between all of this, we will look at our portfolios. Apologies. Because, yeah, Tim and I still have our portfolios, our guesses, right, for this H1, H2. And we're going to see how we fared in the last 2 weeks. Tim's earbuds are broken. He's pissed as fuck. And he's going to share with us, most likely, why. Tim, you have the stage.
I have the stage. Yeah, we're back. It doesn't really feel like any time has passed, honestly, if you look at your portfolio, especially as a Q&T holder. And in case you wouldn't be informed about what's happening in your surroundings, you wouldn't even have noticed that time has passed, but certainly we are 2 weeks further in time. Yeah, and everything is just business as usual, I guess. There was not that much. Oh, I mean, we have a lot of good news to report, so that's going to be interesting this episode. Outside of that, it's well, just another week, I guess. My AirPods just broke down. Actually, the buds themselves they didn't break. It's just a rubber cap that's on it. And for some reason, it detached. And then I was looking at a tutorial on YouTube on how to fix it again. And it was different than the situation I had in my hands. This technology, they are designed to decompose and break down within a year or so. Actually, I have them for more than 2 years, which is kind of surprising. Just frustrating and annoying. So yeah, that's a bit about me. Also, my entire search and hunt for a house is completely stalled. They don't build any houses in this country. There's a very limited supply. So it's going beautiful and well. How are you, Jona?
It's fucking bullshit. Oh, I love you. Yeah, no, I'm okay, man. Doing well. Still going to the gym now 4 times a week. It's going well. My neck is getting better. My shoulder had something fucked for like the last 7-8 years. So yeah, fixing that. Have a nice little cup of chamomile honey tea. I ate, you're not gonna believe this, 15 eggs today. I wanted to eat only 5, but then when I got fresh eggs from the farmer, My son Damien, he is 2, decided that his daddy didn't put the eggs far enough on the counter. So this was obviously on me because he's 2. And he pulled off 2 boxes. And 2 boxes shattered. Well, the first box shattered. I heard it. I walked up to him like, dude, what are you doing? And then he had the other one. He was like, and then the second box fell as well. So there were 2 eggs that didn't break. There were 8 eggs that were broken. Smoke ate all of those. That's my dog. Because fuck that. I'm not going to be on my knees mopping the kitchen. I have a dog.
Hmm.
And the rest I ate as punishment for my negligence. So yeah, there's that. But no, besides that, everything's good. I'm fucking bullish. I love this project. I love crypto. I love life. I'm over exaggerating. No, I'm not. But yeah, as well. I think we're still in the Amazon phase where everything in the company appears to be going up. Oh, that's right. There was also this image of the team being 51 people and how diversified they are. Can you remember, Tim?
I saw it passing by on Telegram. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to bring that up as well. So all in all, everything is looking pretty good, right? So for this year, everything is looking pretty good. Markets, in my opinion, look pretty good. I don't care about stocks, not yet. Later when I grow up. But yeah, so for now, let's just have a quick look at what is going on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. X. I crossed my arms in front of my face like I was Wonder Woman and then made it sound. I love that sound that they always put the music behind when she then crosses her bangles, right? That you hear the jingle for Wonder Woman. I'll look it up in a bit.
Okay.
That Amazon sound, whatever.
No clue what you're talking about, but yeah, fair enough. Hey, I see
to the confusing show. So yeah, Tim is now in a hurry. He's been filling with his earbuds for an hour.
No, I just don't really care about movies that much, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Fair
Hey,
enough.
we have a case study here, or yeah, is it about Rosalind? Yeah, right? Or did we already discuss this in the English show? Because, or do you want to go somewhere else? Because I'm currently looking at the Rosalind thingy, and I think last week, was this last week? They posted on their website, and they posted a video and a case study on what they did with Rosalind, and now apparently Andrew woke up and put it on X or Twitter, whatever you call it. And I think we only discussed this in Dutch, right? So we might as well address it here. Did we? I'm not sure.
We did put it up in Dutch.
Oh, now you're Googling Wonder Woman. I really don't care about...
No, but you were talking, so I was like, okay, maybe you can know where we're going.
Okay. Yeah, so they put that on... But I think we should address this. Yeah, this was last week. This is literally a week ago. Yeah, we had it on the Dutch show. And what they did is that they gave us a bit of an overview or an insight into what they've been doing for Project Rosalind. Shall we read the text that's on the website?
Yeah.
Okay, can you do that?
Yes, I can. Quant's work at the Digital Pound by Andrew Carrier. Directed by the BIS Innovation Hub London Centre, Project Rosalind was an experiment that explored the development of a retail central bank digital currency. It tested how application programming interfaces, APIs, could facilitate retail payments in CBDCs and support in the exploration of innovative CBDC use cases. In June 2023, we announced our role as part of the vendor team for Project Rosalind. The project looked at the public-private sector collaboration model in which the public sector would provide the core infrastructure and the private sector would produce consumer-facing applications. It revealed the key role APIs in enabling CBDC systems to deliver a range of benefits in terms of payments, functionality, and security. Today, we're pleased to share further details of our work on this industry-leading digital currency project. And then there's a quote here from Andrew Carrier. We proved that APIs could play a key role in enabling CBDC systems to deliver a range of benefits in terms of payment functionality and security. Pinky up, slurp in tea. This is 4 minutes. Did we watch the video last week? Yeah, this is the video that we're also gonna see on their YouTube. So we'll get to that in a bit.
Yeah.
But Rosalind had 4 main objectives: functionality, interoperability, adoption, and ecosystem. And you can download a copy of the study below. I am not going to pretend that I have the brains to explain the image that we see on the screen right now, right? So on the left-hand side, we see the central bank ledger layer. Then we see a column with the ledger API layer. Then we see the core API layer, and then the service provider layer. And it's in that regard pretty basic. But Quant Overledger is the entire second column, and it is in between the central bank ledger and the Rosalind sandbox. And at the far end, we have the part where the Amazons and all the other retail-facing entities do their thing. So they plug in their terminal, contract, shopping, identification into the sandbox of Project Rosalind, with orchestration, messaging, etc. That then leads back to the ledger API layer, which is Overledger, and they connect the DLTs to the central bank ledger layer, which contain the smart contracts. So that's schematically, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that worked. What is cool is that they now have below, but it's supposed to be here. Oh, right. And then you need to enter your email and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do that right now. So this is cool. They made a nice little summary thing out of it. You can find it here. Does that work? No, you still need to sign up. That's very, very, very clever of them. That they drive you into a funnel. Other messages on that was all on X, and yes, they are actually, I feel, quote unquote, moving away from X for most of their communications.
They are.
Yeah, and Gilbert already was no longer sharing his likes, his shares, etc. And Andrew moved away altogether. He went to whatever it's called now. But LinkedIn is more or less the place to be right now. And what we found, which is really interesting, and I'm going to show you that right now, is that on their product page, I had not seen this before, and neither did Tim, if I got that correctly. You can actually see their last or the total suite of their products, right? So they have Overledger Authorize, central bank grade key management and transaction signing for the blockchain age, Overledger Bridge Flow, Overledger Bridges make secure interoperability standard. With our bridge engine, you can quickly and safely connect through chains using a user-friendly interface. And Overledger Platform, obviously, the enterprise standard for building on blockchain, built specifically for businesses seeking a simple, trusted, and future-proof way to connect to the blockchain world. With Overledger, you can issue, develop, manage, connect, and settle your digital assets fast and with little coding required. And now we have Overledger Token Flow, Through our patent pending technology and experience working with prominent institutions, we created a low-code yet sophisticated tokenization engine so that you can tokenize real-world assets and issue digital assets fit for any blockchain. Patent pending, patent granted in Japan and the United States now. And go check Counchill on Telegram. And Counchill probably as well. DH, he knows more. And apparently, allegedly, hypothetically, apparently, the EU is about to grant a patent as well. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. But it's looking good. And then we have Quant Smart Audit, which is Quant Smart Audit helps banks, payment companies, asset managers, and any other enterprise to check the quality of their smart contracts before deploying on either private or public chains. I love this. I love that this is so nice, neatly organized, especially for people like us, these people like I speak for myself. I'm chaotic. I cannot hold administration. What?
Yeah, it's kind of nice that they provide this overview of their products, and you can, in Dutch it reads als vaardigheid toevoegen, and which is mean to add as a skill. So that means that you actually have a button to add these products to your skill set that you already have on LinkedIn. Which kind of is a really neat marketing tool, if you ask me, because it gives you the ability to show the rest of the world that you can use Overledger, or that you can use Overledger Authorize, or whatever Quant comes up with. You can add it to your stack of skills that you have on LinkedIn, which is marketing for Quant, and also just very practical for the rest of the world.
And for Quant themselves, if they want to filter out people within their network or outside their network with that specific skill, I can just filter for that. Which is
exactly.
pretty damn clever.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, and so yeah, right. You can also click on shit, and in this case, I clicked on Overledger Authorize, and then you get a page with what is, and then there's media attached, which is really convenient, if you ask me. And then if we go to home, then we can see, let's see what Quant added last. I thought I pulled this up. Right. So obviously we have the 1 day old video that they put up. I just followed them. Why do I need to keep following them? It's crazy. Anyway, there was more. I messed this up. That's why I need this nice little product page, because me holding an administration. Nope. Because I am looking now for the thing with how many people they work, etc. Quant comments on Bank of England and Her Majesty's Treasury digital pound consultation. That was 6 days ago. Then we have 1 week ago, Project Rosalind. Seems to be a pretty big thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, they keep talking about it.
Gilbert talking about programmable payments. They made a post about that as well. So they're pretty active there, right? 1 day, 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, they secured the patent. Did we actually get that on the English show? Can't remember.
The patent?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I'm sure that's been more than 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, but it's just a nice overview. Actually, I really like that they're putting more work into their LinkedIn. And are now actually also turning it into an actual page, because I remember that in the past we've had these. Yeah, we've had the Quant LinkedIn page, but it was just an empty shell. Not much info on it, and well, it's getting better. So happy with that. There was something else. Yeah, we have this infographic. Where is this from? Do you know where they got this from? Where?
I found this in Counchill. Yeah, I should have checked the source, but it's posted by Quant Papa.
Yeah.
And it reads Quant logo top left, then top our commitment to diversity. 51 employees, a market leading almost 50% of our workforce are women. And then the representation within our team. At Quant, we have over 15 different nationalities working together with colleagues based across the world in 9 countries. We're launching a community partnership in 2024 to encourage more women to find a career in STEM. And what is STEM?
STEM, the exact sciences, maths, science, technology.
Okay.
Economy, I think, and maths.
Okay. Okay.
Not that economy is necessarily an exact science, but you know what I mean, like the.
Look at the quote chart.
You cannot, yeah,
you cannot get more exact than $100. Okay. So that's pretty cool. And then, right, as we promised, we're going to their YouTube. And I know there were a lot of people very, very upset. Let's call it upset, tears and because YouTube was gone and they took it down and there were no more videos. In the meantime, they have 21 videos. We're pioneers in distributed ledger technology and champions of interoperability. We provide financial institutions and enterprises with the right foundation to build the blockchain economy. They even upgraded their description, which is cool. They're here since 2018, so it's still the OG YouTube channel. They even have links for their website and such. That's also new. And then
No, yeah, I mean we got the FUD when they completely wiped their YouTube channel, and I find it interesting that you don't necessarily those people we were FUDing back then have probably left the ship. But it's kind of interesting that they completely just wiped everything was on there and they just started again. Right?
Yeah, most of the shit was obsolete, right? That's what we said back then. So that kind of made sense, right? They had the whole rebrand going as such. This is much sleeker and smoother. But yeah, we are always crying over spilled milk, but we're never celebrating where we get 5 new cows, which is astonishing.
No, we don't.
Yeah. So in the last 2 weeks, we had 4 new videos, 1 every 2 weeks, give or take. So 2 for today. 1 is the hackathon. We'll watch that in a bit. And we got the Project Rosalind video where they're interviewing the team, and you see Claire Facer and Martin doing all these wonderful things. I'm mixing up my accents. We have the video of Zapier and Make. These are from 2 weeks ago. I think we showed you this where Luke appeared to be at 0.75 speed. And then obviously all the other videos with the commercial banks, etc., and the Gilbert speaking. It astounds me how little views all these videos get. So that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, the sentiment is really low. But even in more bullish times, the actual content that Quant has been putting out didn't necessarily reach very high engagement numbers. Because I remember that back in 2021 and earlier, you had these things, right? Official company communications, but then like most people are not even really aware of the fundamentals. I think. So even when the price and the price action and the general sentiment was way more bullish, people weren't actually paying attention to what the company actually said. It's more that people just hear about it via influencers, people talking about it. They rarely study like the first, like the original content, like the first source of this. And sure, sentiment is even lower now, but it doesn't really change that dynamic, in my opinion. And even myself, I don't really watch those videos of Quant, even though I talk about it. I'm not sure what you think about that, but for
No one
me,
notices them.
nobody really
Oh,
notices
sorry.
it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Let's hold that thought. Let's dive into that after the portfolio shit, because
Sure. Yeah, now comes the most important part of the show.
maybe
Oh,
maybe this is also one of the latest videos. This is about the hackathon. Audio okay? What is the aim of the hackathon?
At Quant, we have an amazing group of talented and creative people working really hard on delivering the roadmap. The hackathon is really an opportunity to, take that to a smaller scale and really supercharge it. It's a small group of people, really great idea, and complete creative freedom to deliver on that vision.
Who will be participating in the hackathon?
Engagement has been really great. We have people from all over the company wanting to participate. So far we have 7 teams of 3 or 4 people.
What criteria will the teams be judged on?
Judged on a variety of criteria: innovation, impact, functionality, marketability. Each of these ideas should be a strong showcase of Overledger and potentially something that we could develop into a fully fledged product down the line.
When is it happening and when will the winners be announced?
The event is going to run between the 19th and the 21st of February. We have some really fun surprises in store for the teams. And look out for an article announcing the winners towards the end of that month.
Start building with Overledger today. Quant.network/hackathon. Yeah, so there we also have the answers of when we will see the results. Well, we'll get them, and we kind of know what they're going to do. I believe there are like 5 or 6 teams already. What did he say? 7 teams.
I think he said 7.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's going on right now. It's
Yeah.
It's the 20th today. So by the time you watch this, the hackathon will be done.
Yeah.
I did not expect tweets or other forms of showcasing while it was going on. I don't know. I always feel that there is this confidentiality going on.
Yes, and they also said teams from all over the company, which kind of implies that it's an internal hackathon. It's not external, apparently. But I'm not sure. I haven't just.
Yeah, he sits within the company.
Yeah, right. And
that was
I might
also
be wrong, but I do not recall any call outs for teams to participate in this. I think it's an internal hackathon, it seems. They've been
but
quiet about this.
when I read the names, I was like, what?
Yeah,
let me think where I can find that.
I think it's on the website. I think it's just an internal competition.
Yeah, so let's pull up the article. Oh yeah, by Rachel Buff. We are delighted to announce that we will be hosting our upcoming hackathon on the 19th, 20th, and 21st of February. For Quant employees, this is an opportunity to showcase the capabilities of Overledger, sharpen their skills in a dynamic, fast-paced environment, and connect with like-minded individuals from across the various teams and departments. To enter the hackathon, participants were encouraged to submit ideas to a panel of internal judges. These ideas were then reviewed, shortlisted, and assigned to the various teams. Any team that submitted a winning idea was assigned the idea they put forward. The remaining ideas were then offered to the teams. Submitting an idea. Given that the main goal of the hackathon is to showcase Overledger, idea submissions were encouraged to outline how it would make use of Overledger or any of the integrations built on top of it, like Zapier, Make, OutSystems, etc. Submissions should also be able to implement a proof of concept within 1 to 2 days, but it is not necessary for it to be near production quality. On the day of the hackathon, experts will observe the teams and be on hand to offer any domain-specific knowledge. Over the course of the 3 days, the 8 teams will work collaboratively to build a solution that will be judged against specific criteria. All submissions will then be presented internally to a panel of judges, with the winners announced at the end of day 3. Participants' submissions will be judged and scored against the following categories: innovation, functionality, impact, marketability. Who are the teams? Bare Minimum, Dark Pigeons of Doom, Ginger Doge, Ink and Papyrus, IO, Quantum Ladies, Squad 1, and the Full Stack Avengers. At Quant, we are passionate about sharing our innovative ideas, technical expertise, and collaborative culture. This hackathon aims to showcase all these elements, and we can't wait to see what the teams can create. Look out for an upcoming article where we will be revealing the winners and behind-the-scenes footage from the event.
Interesting.
Yeah, so apparently they teamed up within their own company.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a Ginger Doge team. We have the Quantum Ladies. I think it's interesting. I like this IO. It's like the on-off. But the Dark Pigeons of Doom have my heart. Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see how it goes.
I actually like Bare Minimum. Yeah. Hey, but can you scroll up this page? Yeah, back, down. This is a bit too far up. Let me see some text. Oh, sorry, it's really for Quant employees.
Yes.
Okay. So it's just an internal hackathon. Cool. Yeah, because if you remember, if I remember correctly, hackathons were promised in the past, and I think they also held one, even like back in 2020, I think. I'm not sure about this. Then I could be rambling.
Not in 2020.
Okay, then 2019 or even earlier. But it's cool. It's yeah. Let's see what they can produce, and hopefully we will get some media out of it, because then we gotta look into who, or no, we actually can look who are Quant employees who are working there. What's it like at the office?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, right? I was a little bit disappointed when I realized that was an internal thing, but on the other hand, I think for now this is the way, right? Because those people are read up well on what is possible, and if you have a team that's been working together for some time, and you present these types of challenges, it will actually create a competitiveness that will motivate. This is truly a team building exercise. This works really well. But I was in the Marines, these type of things worked really, really well, right? I mean, you can have defense department competitions, right? So between Marines and Air Mobile, Commandos, whatever. But you can also have it within battalions or within units. and everybody gets just so competitive, and then creativity gets going. And for us, I think it is also really interesting, like you said, to have a look inside the company, inside the people, maybe to a degree. It will probably be very low key. As an investor, I think these things are cool and fun. I think they can make a lot of interesting, how do you say, media stuff. My shoulder hurts when I say this. With this, so yeah, looking forward what they're going to do. So I'm not disappointed at all, actually. And I'm sure that if everything goes well, that eventually they'll just make it broader, right? Make it maybe not necessarily only inter company ourselves from yogurt left, but also maybe inter network, or how do you call that? But on the other hand, right, this is a competitive space, so don't get your hopes up.
No.
Right.
No, I think it's just interesting news overall, and there's actually some movement on the Quant office. And let's see what they produce. Let's see what they come up with, and we'll hear that in 2 weeks. Hey, next topic.
How do you call quark in English?
Quark?
I mean,
I don't know.
it's only on here in Dutch and Belgium.
Probably like
Well,
low-fat yogurt or something. Like...
No, but quark is a cheese.
Okay.
So
Can we look at our portfolios?
It's not under English. It's Czech. Oh, interesting. Anyway, okay. Yes. So looking at CoinGecko right now, there was a slight little dip on the BTC. It was a whopping 1%, resulting in Quant crashing. No, I'm exaggerating a bit. So let's see. What do we have here? On the 3 months, we can see Bitcoin has been up only mostly. And ever since the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, everybody has been buying rings and taking profit and distribution and blah, 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 blah. All those trader things. But the last 24 hours, there was a little bit of a dip. And that was around, well, where we touched the 48,000 euros. Volume is low, 24 billion. Is that low? No, that's pretty much average now, isn't it? And then it crashed all the way down to 47,000, resulting in a lot of other coins also taking a piss, or a shit, or a dump, or whatever you want to call it. That's a little fish hook that you see at the end of everything. For example, Polkadot. What is fascinating to me is Tron is still going up. Can we see what Tron does in the year? Look at that. The fuck is that? Tron is over 12 cents. Buy Tron. No, don't. Joking.
I don't even know what Tron is.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it that way. And
then
we find Quant in position 55. Right? So Quant right now is in purgatory. Purgatory, because if we look at the 1 year, you can see we are more or less
stable.
The same range. And if you take it back all the way to January 26th, 2022, we have only been here, and then we had like this crash back to 30, and then we had this pump all the way up to 200. But besides that little heart monitor, beep, it has been consolidating, more or less of a coma. If we put it to log, it looks beautiful, right? This is, yeah, apparently beautiful. I have no idea. I'm not a trader. Trader. Sorry about that. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. But I think this is going to be a pretty interesting year, especially if Quant keeps doing what they're doing. ODAP coming up. I have no doubt there is a rush, and Ghost of Miklos agreed with me. I heard last Friday. Was that last Friday? I believe it was. He also thinks ODAP is on a fast track, and he also thinks that gateways are inevitable, complementary to that. So all my predictions are still on the table. And now what is not on the table is my money. Well, it's still on the table. It's just not the tallest stack anymore. Let's say
How are we doing? This is the most interesting part of the show, as always.
Yes, that's what you all came here for. So we're looking
at
Tim's portfolio right now.
I'm at a loss. I was
Tim
at €1,200.
Tim is 20% in
Oh,
profit.
no, I'm actually further up.
Yeah, Tim is 20% in profit. His portfolio right now is worth €12,275. And if we look at Uniswap's been going up, he has 400 uni, went up, give or take 5%. Sorry, it went up 5%, give or take a few percents. Chainlink is still up 28% for a total of €590. But it has taken a dump over the last week. BitTensor, he is still up 141%, total euro value of €1,294. Vector Space, he is up 5.8%. He is still up on Ampleforth, 15%. He is on Ordiswap, up 20%. Only thing he is down on is Bonk and Orca. And that total sum of what he is down is only €320.
Yeah.
So, Tim, you're doing very, very well.
On paper, yeah.
Yes. I, on the other hand, have not a diversified portfolio. My BitTensor is still up 140% for a total of €1,700. Same with my Check D, up 50% for a total of €850. But my total portfolio is down €1,816, or roughly 18%. And that is all to blame on Neon. Neon is now minus 61%, rounded, which equates to like €4,500. So one rotten apple, for whatever reason, is pulling my entire portfolio down. That's how it goes. That's what it is. This is the diversification in shitcoins versus focused investing on, well, 2 FA and 1 shitcoin. Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
It's not too bad, really. If you consider the fact that I was just doing absolute gas.
Pictogram investing.
Yeah, exactly. I had no idea what I was doing, and I'm up like to 20% already. That's wonderful. Well, in reality, my portfolio has tanked by 20% since that time that I... So yeah, maybe degenerate gambling isn't that bad in crypto overall, which is a really depressing thought, right? It's depressing that degenerate gamblers are now actually winning in this market. They've always done, but it could also very well turn against you, as you see with your portfolio, where you have very high hopes for Neon, the Ethereum virtual machine narrative. Future of Ethereum, and it's not going so well. So who knows?
Yeah. I mean, fortunes haven't faded yet. Dreams are still there.
4 episodes in. Everything could change.
Yes, and that is also why people are now selling Quant. Just the title of the video. The beatings will continue until morale improves. That saying is a little bit of a joke, right? A bit of a cynical joke. But in this case, it is actually fact, because Quant has no inflation, right? If you look at Neon, it has a 0.06 rating for how many tokens are actually circulating. For Quant, it is 1. That means that if you have no Quant and you want Quant, somebody needs to sell. There is always somebody willing to sell. And you know it's been you. Go apologize in the comments. Leave a like. Share with your friends. Do all the YouTube jazz. But you know you've been selling, right? If people stop selling and other people still want to buy, the price goes up. Very simple. So if morale does not improve, i.e., you want to hold on to your Quant, we will remain to be a stablecoin. Because if everybody is selling for $100 and that's the going rate for one QNT, that means morale is low as fuck.
Yeah, there's barely any volume, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. And yes, right. I sell 1 or 2 QNT every now and then.
But you also buy
big
them
batches.
back. So.
Sorry?
You've also been buying them back. You switched the profits into QNT.
Oh yeah. I sold my Tau. At what, 550, something like that. Yeah, I felt it was top. Well, I was
so
2 weeks off, more or less. But I bought Quant back for that. I did. Felt good, really, to be honest. But still, you guys need to get your head on straight. And I know people watching the show, you're not selling big batches of QNT. Well, I can tell you there's a ton of OGs that are out altogether. They just lost patience, right? If we take the wallets, Tim is pulling it up right now, very nice. You can see that we are losing comrades left and right. And this right now, if this were the battle for Normandy, the storming of the beaches is almost done, right? We're almost past the most difficult bit. You already got out of the boat. Well, you got on the fucking boat. You got off the boat. You made it through the water. You cleared most of the machine guns, and now you're next to the bunkers. Now, what are you doing? You're just deciding to just put your hands in the air and just walk back to sea and see what happens. Which is a shame, because we truly make our own fortunes.
Yeah.
And as you can see, Tim, do you want to take this, please?
Yeah, of course. It's always kind of really interesting. I'm gonna make a quick stamp here. It's always really interesting to just focus on the sole statistics of wallets. Because, well, as Jarno said, we have a fully diluted value index of 1, meaning that, well, all tokens are on the market, technically. Everything is already divided between the wallets we have now. So then it gets really interesting to study the movement of those wallets. If they increase, the total amount of QNT that each wallet can hold will decrease. Or it will logically, generally, it will decrease unless someone starts buying up those tokens. But then the price will increase because, well, the question is how many people are going to willing to sell their tokens. And then
you can't have buyers if there's no sellers with Quant, right? And the sellers, they set the price to a degree.
Yeah, exactly. And what we've been seeing quite recently here is that, well, we've had actually, this kind of a trend reversal, but we've actually seeing that we are losing wallets. So This is the last 2 weeks, roughly. Yeah, these are the last 2 weeks. So back to the previous episode. And 2 weeks ago, we were at 152,693 wallets, and now we are at 152,544. So we lost roughly 150 wallets in 2 weeks' time, and that really is a trend reversal to see people moving out of QNT. Usually, we only see a trend of going that's always going up, 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 up. But yeah, quite recently we actually see this stall in the amount of wallets. But then
It's a decline even, man. It's a decline.
Yeah, it's even a decline. But then if we look at the bigger picture, we still see that like around my birthday, 14th of November.
We lost 200 wallets in roughly 2 weeks.
But in the past month, so since November, we gained 4,000 wallets. So it's not that.
No,
Might be
but
a
it is
a big picture, but it's not that bad if you zoom out.
It's interesting to me that people are selling now because people have truly given up. Morale is at all-time fucking low.
Yeah,
because they're chasing shit coins.
They are.
That's what you're doing, right? You're chasing the BTC pump. You're chasing low cap gems. Oh man, I cannot keep on reading anymore on low cap gems and what is the thing? Transformational, and there was this guy promoting a new launch pad. A revolutionary new launch pad. You fucking bellend. Truly knob. Bad. Really. Truly innovative launch pad.
Yeah.
Beyond me. Truly.
Hey, but if you look at the top 100, I think the amount of QNT that you need for that is increasing, and the top 1,000, there it's decreasing. So you need around 1,242 quant now to be in the top 1K wallet. That is a trend where we actually see a decrease. So you don't need that. Well, you still need a lot of quant, but it was always around 1,400 or 1,500, and slowly starting to decrease. Whereas here, I feel like we are in an uptrend, but this could be wrong. I think this is kind of stable. Yeah, I think the general tendency is that people are abandoning the ship at this point in time, meaning that it gets easier to accumulate if you want to. Interesting nonetheless.
Yeah. Yeah, and the ranks people let go of the fucking ranks because quant has no inflation. So
Yep.
quant price can remain the same. And we can still lose ranks to other projects if their if their price remains the same as well. Simply because they are adding more tokens. So the market cap thing is flawed. And if you base your decisions on ranking by market cap, then you're a bit of an idiot. Because you can technically create a coin with a very low supply initial, and then print tokens, and then it can just jump into the top 100. And everybody's like, what? This has been going up like crazy. And there are people doing that. So get your act together. All right. Everything, as we've shown you in the past hour, on Quant's end is going great, right? They even have time for a hackathon, which is technically, in my mind, one, promotional, but second, team building, in a way. Apparently, they have time to spare for this. There will be media coverage in some way, shape, or form by them, which is cool. They have been active on LinkedIn. They have been active on YouTube. There is a Bitcoin happening coming up April 17, 56 days, 15 hours, 27 minutes, 20 seconds, 19, 18, 17. Yeah. Believe the folklore, believe it not. I do not care. Everything in the business is looking really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think if you go sell your tokens now, you will be in a world of pain. Trust me.
Yeah.
This is not financial advice, right? Don't do anything because I simply say it. But everything in the business looks good, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you look at the general picture, and I also, even though we don't necessarily feel it ourselves, but you can already see it in my beautiful portfolio, except for Free Willy Orca. We did well. I mean, crypto is doing well again, and it feels like there is this kind of a trend reversal. I think we've seen the bottoms now. We've seen the absolute bottom, and we are still not where at the point where we were in the past. But things are recovering. Things are getting better, and I also hear this discussion going around of a world that's pre-ETF, so with the old thinking in crypto. I mean, where you have first you have the Bitcoin run, and then you have Ethereum, and then you have the altcoins. I think we can start to throw all the theory books out of the window because new players have entered the market, and things will completely drastically change. And then, yeah, that doesn't necessarily have to mean that it affects us immediately. So as quant holders, because I mean, it's still crypto, you never know. But if you combine those factors of just the general space getting more mature, even though memes are still doing well, but just more and more investors looking to this space, I think, yeah, we will indeed do well. And if you look at the company itself, they just keep pumping out good news, even though we don't necessarily see it or don't want to see it. I think that's the thing, right? We don't really acknowledge what's going on, and as soon as that narrative changes, and it will inevitably at some point in the future, we have very good papers in our hands. So just don't throw it away. Don't run back to the sea if you've already invaded.
Yeah. And in the long term, right, all the coins, tokens that have been honest, they will prevail, right? So I said this on the Dutch show last week. Bitcoin is money, right? And that's what it set out to do, and that's what it does. There's no mystery. There's no riddles. There's nothing, how do you say, dishonest about what it pretends to be and what it is. Same with Ethereum, right? It's a smart contract platform. Same can be said for a ton of other things. Dogecoin is a meme coin. Everybody knows it. There's no doubt. Yeah, nobody thinks that those will cure cancer or solve world hunger, per se. It's not what it set out to do. So it's honest. So, I mean, does it improve the order of the universe? Maybe not, but at least it's honest. I'm not so sure if you can say that for instance, XRP. Just an example. Quant is also in the list of a token or project that is doing what they're claiming to do. Those projects are scarce, right? I mean, a stable coin generally also, right? Pretty predictable, does what it's supposed to do. My take is that while this bull run heats up and things start going, I will be leaving coins that are not doing as advertised, right? If you're buying a car that's supposed to go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and you see you need to paddle, then when you finally get it, then there's something wrong. And you need, I mean, they can do well. in the short term, but with regulation creeping in, I cannot wait for CBDC season, right? CBDC hype. And
Well,
yes, you can all say, yeah, Yarno, never gonna fucking happen. Well, mark my words.
it will.
It is going to happen.
Yeah, and
Because
it
your
will.
greed will catch up with you. Yeah.
And yeah, and the interesting thing there is that it will, the negative and the positive scenario will both impact the market. Because I think if CBDCs are being pushed through, well, I think at least my speculation here is that you will see that Bitcoin people or the Bitcoin maxis and the pure crypto maxis will push it to, well, strengthen their narrative that, hey, governments are there to take your money, central banks are there to control you. There's this one thing they cannot control, that is Bitcoin, that's our crypto. So get all your money out of the banking system and go into crypto. Whereas our camp will say, no, this is actually the adoption of CBDCs. We have the opportunity to invest in the technology behind it. You might as well buy Quant and get rich off of it. Right? So either way, it will impact the market. And I have no clue what will happen. But I think that it will draw people to the technology underlying those CBDCs, which is distributed ledger technology. And I think before we round up this show, there was this tweet about it, I think, or a post on LinkedIn. I think it was a post on LinkedIn. Do you want to address that, or is it like
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I think there was this post on LinkedIn about like what ledgers are and how blockchain functions. Let me pull this up before we round up the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I see many things coming by every day. Let me check. I think you tagged me in it.
In the meantime, I'm going to destroy our. Here comes. That's the Wonder Woman team.
Ah.
And here we.
Okay, here we are. So Luke Riley, he posted.
This is what you meant, right? That's what we spoke about as well. Oh, right. This is about the range of decentralization.
Yeah. So decentralization in distributed ledger technology is more like a range than something that is true or false.
Mm-hmm.
Blockchain technology cannot achieve complete decentralization, where anyone can join a network at any time, and once joined, each person has an equal weight in the network. No, technology that exists today can achieve that. Oh, sorry, no technology that
Quamfy
exists
Show
today.
season 1. This Jesus. Sorry,
Huh?
go. No,
Yeah.
this was Quamfy Show season 1. We spoke about this.
Yeah. So, what level of decentralization is best? This certainly depends on the use case. Quant's overledger connects to both permissionless public blockchains and permissioned blockchains to allow for maximum user flexibility. And then, well, you see this, like this figure. And on the left axis, you have centralized, and on the right side of it, you have fully decentralized. And yeah, it's usually neither of both. You're always somewhere in between. And then you have two types of networks where you have the permissioned and the permissionless networks. And yeah, this is Quamfy Show season 1. This is quamfyshow.com material.
Yeah, and then you see this overlap, right, between permissioned and permissionless. On the spectrum, because there's obviously a lot of variations between what companies need, right, or what the public needs. So there's a flavor for everybody. But talking about your project as being fully centralized or decentralized, that's just another crypto thing to try and get people to buy a certain shitcoin based on politics. mean, I think that's to a degree the bottom line.
Exactly.
And yes, there is projection, and yes, there is bias in that conclusion.
There is.
And
So,
then
yeah.
this is not even that we didn't even speak about the distribution of a network, and whether it's, oh, let's not go there. But yeah, same as with Bitcoin. Give it 5 years, and 90% of the hashing power will no longer be in our hands, but it will be in the hands of the people holding the Bitcoin. And we will not be holding 90% of the Bitcoin. That will be in the hands of the big companies. Woohoo, go ETF. But that's okay. I don't mind Bitcoin gradually self-destructing under the greed of the public. That's how things are created. That's how things die. But yeah, greed will in some way, shape, or form always prevail, I think.
Will.
Yeah. So on that happy note, great was saving all. Now, I think we said enough, right?
I think
Quant,
we did.
as you can see in the title, still on Lian U purgatory. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Check yourself. And be careful out there. It's gonna get pretty crazy relatively quickly. But it starts, I mean, there's this theory, right? That you can invest for 5 years for, let's say, an entire cycle. But if you miss like 3 or 4 essential days when you're out of the quote unquote out of the market, or not quote unquote, but out of the market, that you miss like 90% of the gains. We'll look that up for a different show.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
apparently, if you were out of the stock market for like 3 or 4 days in the past 2 decades, you would have still been underwater or something like that. Crazy. Crazy. I'm probably misremembering, but it's something like that. Anyway, don't get burned, don't die, stay Quamfy.
See you in the next episode. Cheers.
Cheers.